I am so excited to be sharing today's video with you guys because I am finally getting around to something that has been bugging me for such a long time. It has just been getting worse and worse. I can't even close it. My linen cupboard. That's right, this thing is just way too overpacked. There's so much stuff in here that needs to be decluttered. It needs to be organized. We are going to transform this cupboard from just the messy hellhole that it is into a beautiful organized paradise. And hopefully by the end, I might even be able to close the door. Wow. Miracles may happen, people, in this episode of Ren Plus Us, so stick around. Oh, we're going to be doing some cleaning as well, of course. So let's get cleaning. But before we climb that mountain, we need to actually make some space to lay everything out on my table and figure out what we are going to throw away, what we're going to organize and put back in the cupboard. So as you can see, this is a bit of a mess. We've also got some laundry to fold and put away. But if you are new here, welcome. My name is Amy. This is Ren Plus Us, and it is lovely to make your acquaintance. And if you are a regular viewer, welcome back. It is so nice to have you back with us again. And if you have not subscribed, I make homemaking, motherhood, cleaning, those types of videos weekly. Well, at least I attempt weekly. Sometimes it's every second week, but I do my best, but regularly. So if that's something that you're into, you might like to consider subscribing to this channel, and it would help me out a lot. You can consider it your good karmic deed for the day. But let's start by getting some laundry done. The biggest laundry tip I can give you guys, I know I probably give this like every single episode, but that is to fold your laundry and put it away as soon as it's out of the dryer or as soon as it's off the drying rack. I'm also drying off a doona because I chucked that into the wash. It was getting pretty nasty. And yeah, at the moment I don't have a dryer. My dryer actually broke, and in Australia we often don't use dryers or just hang stuff outside. It's winter here in Tasmania where I live, and I've got 3 kids, so I do have a lot of laundry to get done, but it's working at the moment just hanging it up on the little line dryer inside next to our heater because it's winter here. So we've got our heater going, but in summer I'll just hang it out. I'll just hang it up outside. It's apparently better for the clothes, and apparently it's more hygienic. So yeah, it does take a little bit longer, but I don't know, it's working, and it saves money on power as well. So consider doing it. If you live in a warm climate, consider it. And hey guys, make sure that you stay to the end of this video because I'll be showing you the before and afters, and you'll also get to see my cat, one of my cats. And I'm so sorry about the noise. My little girls decided to play with some rocks here on the table while I'm trying to record some sound. So yeah, good timing. But I have been just so super stressed this past week. I have started back at uni, and I actually managed to get my first assignment in and on time. But then I got a message a day later saying that I hadn't submitted it. And I was like, what? I've got a receipt here showing that I have submitted it. So I'm like, must be a mistake. So I emailed my professor and I was like, hey, just making sure that you actually did receive it because I've got the receipt here saying that you guys did. But it turns out they didn't actually properly submit it, and it was sitting there in draft mode. So technically they could have like taken marks off and stuff for not submitting, but they probably saw my age and thought, hey, this poor like middle-aged lady doesn't know how to work technology, let's just let her off this one. So they're like, yeah, it's okay, we'll accept it this once and don't do it again. Oh my gosh, so much noise. So yeah, I was lucky.
Mommy,
so I thought I'd show you guys what it's like recording a voiceover right now.
Photo.
What do you want? You want to take a photo?
Yeah.
Okay. It's nuts. Yeah, so right now I'm putting some stuff away. So I've started doing this thing where I'll get a box and I'll put stuff in the box when I'm sort of putting things away instead of taking each thing and putting it back to where it belongs. I don't know how much I like that. It actually works a lot better for filming these videos. But I find that I just end up with a box of stuff not put away. I don't know if it's like an ADHD thing or what, but yeah, I don't know. I don't know if it really works for me, but it might work for you. Give it a go. I see other creators do it. It must work for them. Wow, just had a huge blow up with my toddler. I put her in timeout and she did not want to stay there, but I followed through. Super Nanny would be proud. She's okay now. She's having some lunch, and she knows who the boss is. I think it's best to discipline your kids when they're little than try to do it when they're teenagers. I don't know. That's my theory. So as I was saying, I am back at school. I'm finishing my 4th year, which is like honors year of psychology, and I've only got, I think it's like 3 more assignments to hand in, and then I'm done with the 4th year, which is super exciting. It's definitely a challenge trying to do it with little kids and trying to, make money and survive. But yeah, I'm really determined to get through. I've been doing it since my 13-year-old was born. So yeah, it's been a while, but we're getting there. But the decluttering journey that I'm on and the organization journey that I'm on is very much linked to my academic journey. Because in case you can't tell by looking at my house, I'm not what you would call neurotypical. I'm definitely like very type B. I've got ADHD. I was diagnosed with dyslexia when I was little. So there's just a lot going on in my brain that is different to a lot of people. Maybe you're like that, or maybe you're not. Maybe you are neurotypical. What's that like? What's it like just to have a thought and do something, as opposed to have like 50 million thoughts and not know what to do? Interesting. And for me, going back to school, I think a large part of it was to prove that I could do it. Like if you're like me and you grew up with ADHD or dyslexia in the 90s school system, it really wasn't understood. It wasn't accepted, and you weren't really treated like you had a learning disability. It was more like you were just a nuisance, that you were a dumb nuisance to teachers. So that definitely impacts your self-esteem, especially in terms of just learning, and really makes you feel, even though you know that you're not dumb, you feel that way. Like your body feels it. Like I still get really anxious if someone like yells a math problem at me. I remember I went for a job interview. I want to say it was for Coca-Cola. I got the job, by the way, but I didn't end up taking it. Long story. But I was doing really well. And then they sat me down for one of those tests to figure out, like if you're going to fit in with the company. And there was a whole load of maths questions, and everybody was like finishing and I was still there. And it was the most anxiety provoking experience. And it just goes to show that even years down the track, even if a teacher doesn't say something to you directly, like, what's wrong with you? Why are you so stupid? Why can't you figure this out? It's little things. It's like eye rolls. It's like everyone else in the class finishing first. It's even other people in the class saying, wow, that was really easy, when you're like, sweating and freaking out that you didn't know the answer. And the sad thing is, so much of this can be avoided if teachers and peers and society in general just understand that people who aren't neurotypical often just need really slight adjustments to be able to do incredibly well academically. I'll give you a really good example. I was speaking to somebody recently whose child has just been diagnosed as dyslexic, and they're likely ADHD as well, and a little girl, of course, and they were having a really hard time doing this English comprehension work where they had to read a story and say and explain what was going on in the story. Basically, it was like a memory of the story type of thing, and the girl couldn't remember anything because she was so focused on just trying to read that she couldn't actually remember the story. And I'm like, well, why don't they just do like an audio book along with her actually reading? And they're like, no, they were doing that, but they still said that she had to follow along reading instead of just listening to the audiobook. And I'm like, well, if she can read just fine, which she can, it's just not an enjoyable process for her. But if the if the task is to actually engage with the story and remember what's happening in the story, then why not just allow her to listen to the audio? Like, she'll do great. And she does when she just listens to the audio. And I was the same. Like, if there was a story and I was listening to the audio, I would remember everything. But as soon as it was like written, and I think a lot of it is just that anxiety of, oh my God, there's this difficult task. You know, it's an anxiety provoking situation and you're not going to remember if it's anxiety provoking. And like, so much of school was teachers treating you like you were bad, like I was naughty because, for example, I had a hard time copying off the board. And so they would be like, oh, you know, you're really slow, so you need to sit back at lunch and finish copying off the board. So everyone else got to go off for lunch and I had to stay behind. So it's like a punishment because that's what happens to kids if they're, you know, naughty or act up, which is the worst thing to do to a child who is not neurotypical, because we desperately need like a break and outside time and, you know, to get away from the classroom and to move our bodies. It's like the worst thing you can do. So, you know, and I'm definitely not dissing on teachers. Like, teachers have it so, they have got the hardest job, I swear. I do not know how teachers do it. I drop my son off at kindergarten and I like apologize. I'm like, I'm so sorry that you have these, like, whatever it is, 20 kids these days to deal with today. Like, no, it's fine. I'm like, I just, you know, one of my best friends is a teacher and I bow down. I don't know how they do it. If you are a teacher out there, God bless your heart. You are incredible. You are doing an amazing job. Yeah, rock and roll. Anyway, right now, as you can see, I am doing my cupboard after my little rant. Oh, and one last thing on my rant. I am, after years of doing really poorly at school, I have been doing really well at uni despite many challenges. So it just goes to show, if you have got a child who maybe is not doing so well at school, or maybe you didn't do so well in grade school, but you feel like maybe you want to go on to higher education, to college, to university, or maybe your child does, you know, don't look at your grade school as some, you know, idea of intelligence or how well you're going to do at university. The two are very different. And likewise, if you've got a child who's super good at grade school, they might find it more challenging at college or university. So prepare them, you know, and let them know it's just a different environment. It's got nothing to do with their intelligence or ability. It's just a different set of circumstances and a different environment. As you can see, I'm doing a load of organizing and decluttering. So I've got a bunch of sheets. There's heaps of sheets that I found in here that I just do not use. And what I'm coming to realize is that sometimes, even though you've got a sheet or an item that's in really good condition, it doesn't necessarily mean that you can keep it if you've got a smaller space like I do. Sometimes you have to say goodbye to the good things that you're not using if you want to declutter and live a more minimalist lifestyle and be able to close your cupboard door. And that's hard for me. I've got parents who grew up just after the war, so they're always like very mindful of you know, keeping things and not just throwing things out and reusing and repurposing. And you know, that's important, and I do believe that's important. That's important for the environment and for your spirit, just not to go out and buy new stuff. But you know, I think in today's society, one of our problems is that we just have too much stuff. Definitely for me it is. So yeah, I sort of have to change my thinking, my perception on things. I think, you know, one of the best sayings is when you say yes to something, you're saying no to something else. Or when you say no to something, you're saying yes to something else. So saying no to some items is saying yes to more space, less clutter, less stuff to have to take care of, more time to play and take care of yourself, your kids, your pets, your hobbies. Unless your hobby is hoarding, then I guess that's a problem. And this whole what do you call it, hallway area is being decluttered and organized, because the hallway is like, oh, it's really hard to cope with. I did a really good job, you know, if I may say so myself, on doing my kitchen pantry. So if you're interested in seeing that, I will leave a link right here. Click on that. It's a good video. People seem to like it. I, you know, organize it in a way that is accessible, that is on a budget, and that's realistic. But here, enjoy some music for a minute.
We never seem to get older. When things are going right, you seem to have the time. But when it's hard, you just grow cold up. We should be good, but we keep lighting fires. The words repeat, cause we're scared of the silence. We should be good, but we keep lighting fires, fires around ourselves. We should be good, but we keep lighting fires. The words repeat, cause we're scared of the silence. We should be good, but we keep lighting fires, fires around ourselves. It's deja vu. Memories come back when I'm with you. It's deja vu. Memories come back when I'm with you. Been here 1,000 times. Set up a stage of lies. Say we're done, say it's over. Shouldn't be coming back, but somehow we connect. Acting drunk even though it's
Wow, so as you can see, we've pulled a lot of stuff out. There is some stuff that I'm keeping, but seriously, a lot of stuff in this bottom part of this closet were just Woolworths shopping bags. Like, it's amazing. Like, I had hoarded these things because one year they came with like this Christmas design, and the idea was that you would cut them up and use them as wrapping paper, which was a really good idea, I think. But I don't know, they didn't bring it back the next year, and it could be because it was kind of, I don't know, it, like sticky tape wouldn't stick to it. Like, it didn't quite hit the mark, but it was a really good idea. I appreciate them for trying. And I suppose it also means that hoarders like me are like, oh, free wrapping paper. Let's keep this for 5 years and yeah, not have to buy wrapping paper. Let's save that $5. So yeah, it was time for that to go. It's also kind of a fire hazard having like a bunch of paper bags, I think, in a small cupboard space where you put irons and vacuum cleaners back. But let's get to some of your comments, because I love the comments you guys send me. They always make me smile or make me laugh, or I learn something. Oh, here's a good one. This is from Wild for Indie. So she says, the key is not to get a bigger house. So often I talk about like, oh, I'm so jealous. Like, my American fam have got these like big houses and everything. And I've had a few people correcting me and just reminding me like, no, that's not everyone. But here we go. Wild for Indie says, the key is not to get a bigger house to fit all your stuff. It's to get your space uncluttered, no matter how big or small. So don't envy us Americans. I know many who have those big houses, and the garage is even so packed with stuff they can't park their cars in it. Life is not about things. It's about those you love. That is beautiful. Thank you so much for your comment. And that's so true. I think like it doesn't matter the size of your house. Like if you have a bigger house, you'll pack it with more stuff. If that's like who you are. If you're someone who's naturally like a chucker, a minimalist, you could have a really small space and it'll be like perfectly minimalist and tidy. So true. What else? Karma Walls, I think it is. Did you see the latest collab with How to ADHD and Clutterbug? No, I haven't. I know Clutterbug. I'll have to go. People keep recommending that to me. I'll leave a link to Clutterbug in my description. So if you're interested, check out Clutterbug. I haven't personally watched much of Clutterbug, a little bit, but people are always recommending it to me. Well, thank you, honey. My little girl's just passing me some food here. Anyway, they said they had one house makeover episode and 2 weeks later an explanation video about the solutions implemented. I really like it, although of course not everything works for everyone. Yeah, very true. Like everyone's, you know, that's why I like to give different methods on this channel, because not every method works for every person. And I was so psyched. So guys, getting myself lost here. So guys, thank you so much for your comments. I know it takes me a really long time to respond. I'm trying to respond to everyone's comments, but I do read them, and I just so appreciate. I love hearing about where you guys are from and your own cleaning and decluttering journeys, and just your family and whatever is on your mind at any given moment. I love it. I love that we're building a cool little community here that's supportive and encouraging and real. You know, I think that there's not enough real humanness online sometimes. So I try to bring that to you guys. And, you know, I always want you to leave this channel feeling like motivated and happy and connected and not alone. I think, you know, so often we watch it's so easy to fall into that trap, or we watch social media and we watch like maybe the more pristine home or the more put together person, and maybe there's people that are really that perfect, but so often it's not like that. So often they've got a bunch of boxes and stuff just sort of shoved to the side, and they're filming this perfect little thing, but it's not real. For some people, I'm sure it is, and I applaud those people. That's incredible. But for a lot of us, this is real life. And so, you know, if this is your life, I hope that you feel less alone. If maybe your life is a bit more put together than mine, I hope you feel good for watching this and realizing like, yes, I'm doing a bit better than someone in life. So right now, here's some more Woolworths bags that have come in. I do recycle them all, so don't worry. There's local businesses that like taking them, and we've got a good recycling place nearby, and the kids like to draw on them too, so they don't go to waste. And you can see my vacuum cleaner behind me. I did promise you guys that I would do in this episode a review of this vacuum cleaner, but I'm doing a deep cleaning episode coming up, so I'm going to leave it to that. But yeah, I've got a new vacuum and I've got a lot to say about it. It was not cheap, but it wasn't super expensive either. It was a really good, hi Harriet, it was a really good kind of middle price. So I promise you guys I will do a review on that shortly. I'm also looking for a so this is kind of one of the things about I thought I lost this bit of film. I'm so excited watching it right now. So you can see this is my hoard that I'm getting rid of. This is the stuff that I'm decluttering. This is the big pile I'm getting rid of. I know that you guys have asked me again and again to make sure that I show you guys the pile that I'm actually getting rid of. This is it. I'm so excited. Even that little old vacuum there, not the little bike. I'm not getting rid of that. That's just there because one of the kids dumped it there. But you can see there's like tons of bags of stuff. I think there's probably about 8 bags of stuff in total, and just lots of other little bits and bobs, bits and pieces that I'm getting rid of. And right now I'm just unfortunately having to put it all into my office area because it's a long story, but there's an issue with the big car. It's now been resolved, so I can take it to be recycled and given away, and what cannot be given away will be unfortunately thrown. That's my daughter wanting me to go with her. And that is time to pick up the living room. As you can see, there are a lot of toys everywhere. There's a lot of chaos and mess. And honestly, I feel so much better about life when this area is clean and put away. It just, like, I love coming out in the morning and sitting here with my coffee when it's all nice and neat and put away. It's a really nice, calm way to start the day. But that can't always happen. Sometimes you have to drink your morning coffee with your hair in a mess, surrounded by clutter and chaos, because getting to bed sometimes is more important than waking up to a clean house, I find. It's kind of a hard balance sometimes between getting enough sleep and keeping a tidy house. Hey, I'm thinking about starting a new little project, and I'd love to know who here listens to true crime. If you do, please let me know in the comments. You can just let me know by, I don't know, writing the word true. I was going to say write the word crime, but that might look a little bit sus on the algorithm. So write the word true. Or let me know, if you're a true crime fan. Or if you hate true crime, like you really hate it, let me know. So here's what I picked up. Oh my goodness. There is so much nastiness that comes into this house. What a weird, creepy smile as well. And here's one last look at everything that we're throwing away. So this is everything I popped in to my little office. And here's the before and afters. Before, after. There's not many. There's only 2 before and afters. So sorry guys, but there wasn't much to do before and afters on. And here is the closet before. And here is the closet after. And I'm sorry I filmed this bit on my phone because I ran out of power on my camera. But you can see, huge difference. It's so nice. It's so easy just to go inside, just to go into this cupboard and grab what I need. It actually closes. And if you enjoyed this video, thank you so much for watching. I so appreciate having you guys here. Remember, life is short, life is now, and YouTube reckons that if you liked this video, you will love the one on screen now. See you in the next one.
Waking up.